Hello everybody, welcome back. Hopefully, oh hello GSX. Alright, well, boarding is starting, brilliant timing. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 today. First stream in quite a while. I wasn't planning on taking that break. It just kind of happened with, as you guys know, we get busy. So yeah, been a busy few weeks. For me, but glad to be back in the sim. So I'm just laughing at some of these comments. All right, let's say hello to some of you guys. Hey Strudel, welcome. Caleb, welcome. Thomas, welcome. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Very glad to be finished with a degree and now on to flying, and hopefully one day be sat in one of these beautiful machines for real. Hey Stan, welcome. How's it going? It's been a while, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. Let's see. That's Nightbot. Hello. Uh-oh, he sounds even smarter. I'm not so sure about that one. My parents definitely would agree with you. But yeah, no, I do not want the pushback tug. So we're in 2020 today. I have spent the last few weeks, when I've had time, trying to get Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 to run, and it does run with GA aircraft, but I just can't get it to a stable enough state to run airliners, unfortunately. It really struggles, just due to mainly a lack of VRAM. So I'm currently on 2020. We are on ultra graphics, pretty much maxed out actually. Getting a good 40 FPS and then 120 once lossless scaling scales it all the way up, which is really nice actually. So Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 still looks great and is running really nicely as well. I will just start Rex Atmos here real quick, and then we can get underway with the flight here. So there we are. Look at this. Very nice indeed. And we do have the Jet2 Holidays livery, of course. So I'm gonna tag along on that sim. Very nice. We're using Same Tensions today, and we have the Same Tensions injected traffic today as well, using FSLTL models, which is really nice. So the real focus of the stream is when we land. We're going to be checking out the Pyreegue Birmingham airport, which has been really anticipated for a long time, but it's finally released today, and Pyreegue was nice enough to provide me with a copy to stream, which is really nice of him, so I really do appreciate that. Now Birmingham airport is my secondary local. East Midlands is my main local, but you know, Birmingham is my secondary local, and I've flown out of there a lot in real life, so I'm very familiar with the airport in the real world. So I did check it out earlier. I did a flight, and it's beautiful as always. I have a bunch of the Pyreegue scenery. So we're using Edinburgh today. We have Pyreegue Edinburgh. I've got his East Midlands, of course, his Glasgow, Belfast, and now of course Birmingham as well. So it's brilliant for some UK operations. Could join on Same Tensions so we could see/hear each other. Yeah, let me turn on the let me see that. If I turn on the multiplayer live proximity, so we should be able to hear you at some point, Caleb. So yeah, using Same Tensions AI for traffic and ATC today. So we'll be checking that out once we land, but we are here in the beautiful Edinburgh. As you can see, these are GSX. Yeah, GSX, go away. No, I don't want you. All right. Yeah, so here we are. Beautiful. Beautiful airport. Really nice. And this one I wasn't given. I did purchase this one. Like all the other Pyreegue sceneries I have other than Birmingham. But it's really nice. Really good. Pyreegue really is top notch. The sceneries, they really are. And actually very well optimized considering the quality as well. They are insane. So really good. But we're going to focus on Birmingham today. let's make sure we can get that. Look at the little sunshade here. Alright, so let's get started here. GSX is loading the passengers. That is taking up a little bit of FPS as well, but once GSX finishes loading, we will get some performance back. New sounds, we are on the BFU, so the latest Fenix update, and let me tell you, this update is really, really good. It's just fantastic. It's even better in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 as well, if you can run that. Let me bring up Navigraph and show you the route here real quick. Bill Miller, hello, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? And we do need to also, by the way, we do need to be doing our members only live stream for the month as well. So for July, I know it's slightly gone, but we'll be doing members only stream next week as well. So keep your eye out for that, members. Hey, Vaughan Williams, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. Alright, so we are here at Edinburgh. We are Chanix 1 Papa. Reason we are Chanix 1 Papa is because we are pretty much sort of simulating a position in flight today. This isn't a real world route that Jet 2 would fly. However, Jet 2 do operate from both Edinburgh and Birmingham as well. They are 2 of their 13 UK bases. So that is the flight we're doing today. We're repositioning this beautiful A321 with passengers, because why not? EasyJet do this as a full route? Yes, yeah. I just really wanted to use the Jet 2 livery, to be completely honest. I do like it. So we're going to depart runway 24 here on the Gosa 1 Charlie departure. We're going to head over here to Glasgow and then down south, past Blackpool, past Manchester, actually going right over Manchester Airport, and then down towards Birmingham, and we'll probably get vectors. Last time I got vectors down here over to Coventry, where I just graduated from. So we used to see these, I used to see these aircraft all the time out of my accommodation window flying into Birmingham. But yeah, out probably over Coventry, or they're gonna take us over to the west, who knows, over Warwick, and then we should get vectors down for the ILS runway 33 here into Birmingham Airport. That is the route for today in this beautiful A321. So, first things first, I think we're going to get the ATIS frequency. So let's do that. ATIS, you know, let me get some lights on in here. I like throwing the lights up. We'll get some integral lights on. There we are. All right. So, everything on here is good. We are loading, so we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and get our ATIS. So ATIS frequency today is 131355. So 131355. We'll put that in. 355, and we'll listen to the ATS.
18. Arriving and departing runway 24. Transition level 70, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform.
Information uniform.
Edinburgh Airport, information uniform.
QNH was 1018.
1850 Zulu. Wind.
We'll head over to the ground frequency. There's no clearance frequency here, so we'll get our IFR clearance from ground. Where are we? Stand 9. Alright, let's do that. I already forgot what the ATIS was. Hang on.
You're 16.
Uniform. Alright, there we are. And Edinburgh ground, Chanix 1 Papa, stand 9, information uniform on board, aircraft type Airbus A321. Request IFR clearance to Birmingham, please.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
The new textures, the new performance, the new flight model, the way the aircraft flies, it's all really, really nice. Honestly, just top notch. And of course you can get all 3 variant of the aircraft for something like 80 pounds, I believe.
Fenix 1 Papa, information uniform is current. Cleared to Birmingham via the Gosa 1 Charlie departure runway 24. Initial climb to 6,000 feet. Departure on 121.205 squawk 1454.
Clear to Birmingham via the Gosa 1 Charlie departure. Departure runway 24, initial climb to 6,000 feet. Departure on 121.205 squawk 1454, Fenix 1 Papa. Alright, so we cleared up to 6,000 on the Gosa 1 Charlie departure, which is what we planned for.
Fenix 1 Papa, read back correct.
Brilliant. I am going to get the tower frequency in, just to preset. We might as well do that now before we get moving. 118705 is the frequency. So, where are we loading?
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard jet2.com. Flight 1 Papa.
Is it still trying to get me to open the...
We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and please stow your hand luggage in the overhead
We don't have the
bins
cargo
under the
yet.
seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, feel free to reach out to any of our crew members,
They are open.
including myself, Caroline, along with my fantastic colleagues Sarah, Tom, Emily and Jack. We're here to help. Thank you for choosing jet2.com.
There they are.
Hope you have a pleasant
Right.
flight.
So, they will continue doing that. Departure was 121.205. So put that in here so I remember it. 121.205. Squawk 1454. Alrighty. Let's see, everything else looks good. Get rid of this little piece of paper. This is delivery from the Hughes team, and it comes with this little checklist as well, which is really cool. They've actually done a really nice job of that. There's even trims, takeoff CG, and your trim values as well. Actually, a really cool little checklist if you do want to use that. Let's go down here and we'll get the FMGC all set up here. So we've got the latest nav database looking good. So we go to init and we'll request that. Baggage loading 50%, good stuff. And there it is. So we are Fenix EXS. The call sign, if you're wondering how Fenix links to Jet2, what's the connection there? So Jet2 were previously known as Channel Express. They had a few different names, but Channel Express was the sort of slightly more well-known one. They used to fly freight in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, before they renamed to Jet2 and became a holiday airline. Originally based in Bournemouth, and then they moved up to Leeds. What's our cost index? So actually, yeah, so that's where the name Fenix, the call sign Fenix comes from. It's a shortened version of Channel Express, which is the old name of the airline. My Navigraph is taking its time to get the cost index. It's 32 today. And then flight level 270 is our cruise flight level. We'll align on reference, and we can get the wind as well. Alright, so, right, flight plan EGPH. We're departing runway 24 on the Gosa 1 Charlie departure, so we'll insert, oh, I got the, accidentally pulled out the checklist. We'll insert that, and that all looks correct. And then, yeah, so Birmingham arrival, we're expecting the ILS 33 on the Croft 1 Bravo star, and we're not going to have any VIAs for this one, so we'll insert that. And now this all looks correct. And yep, so after chase there's a discontinuity because we're going to get vectors, so I'm going to leave that there. That should be fine. Let's start the APU. I can get the fuel pumps on as well, and then we can looks like we are fully loaded as well, so we'll send that to the MCDU. So in the init B page we now have that. Brilliant. Go to perf and let's do our takeoff performance then, and then we should be underway. Hey, hi Experience, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Ellis LP, welcome. How's it going? So we'll do our calculations. Dry surface, packs on. Yeah, it still likes to give you flaps 2 if you leave it in optimal. We're going to do flaps 1. That'll be fine. Alright, we'll send that to the MCDU. Look, our load sheet changed. Alright, let's we're going to have to redo that. So we'll send this to the MCDU. We'll update that. This is our new takeoff weight and CG for the takeoff. Good. Okay. Now we have our V speeds. We're going to be a flex takeoff. We'll put this in flight plan. 3.5 tons on board, and APU's available. So we've got APU bleed, external power off, and I think we're pretty much ready for the pushback. We are using the CFM engine. So Jet 2 in real life used the CFM 56 engines on the CEO with sharklets as well, because they don't have many CEOs. Most of them are Neos, and they have a huge order of 136, I believe, A321 Neos. Jet 2, it looks like they have some huge growth coming up pretty soon, which is great to see. Hey, Captain Andre, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Alright, let's call for the pushback from GSX, and then we'll request it from ground as well. So, Edinburgh Brown, Chanex 1, Papa, Stan 9er, request push and start. We are using auto FPS today.
Push and start approved, face northeast.
Push and start approved, face northeast, Chanex 1, Papa. Alright, good stuff. So our estimated time off block was 19:30, and we are about 12 minutes early at the minute, so that's good.
Bypass pin inserted.
Oh yes, got a BA 320 there. Beautiful, look at that. EasyJet 320 there. Yeah. Pyreegue scenery is, it's so good. So good. Especially when you know the airports in real life, you know. We'll take a look through the terminal building at Birmingham as well. It's just so good. So we need to go nose left, so east on Foxtrot. We'll get the beacon on.
Release parking brakes, please.
And we can dismiss this stuff. So, oh, okay, it's done it for us. Brilliant.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alrighty. So beacon's on. Good. Did I start Volanta? I did start Volanta.
Cabin
Gonna
crew,
add the flight
all
on
doors
there.
in flight and cross-check. Welcome everyone on board on behalf of Jet2.com.
Alright,
We are
so
delighted to have you with
as
us on
Caroline
this
does
flight,
our
Jet2.com Flight 1, Papa, flying from Edinburgh to Birmingham.
does
Our
the
captain for
briefing. I'm
today
going to
is
start engine number
Drishal,
2.
and our first officer is Nigel.
Give you some
Joining me in
lovely
the
engine
cabin are my
sounds here.
wonderful colleagues, Sarah, Tom, Emily and Jack. Now, let's go through some important safety information. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember
Sounds
to secure
just
your own
fantastic.
mask before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your seats. To use them, pull the vest out, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist to secure. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage behind and proceed to the nearest emergency exit. On this Airbus A321, there are 2 exits at the front, 2 over the wings, and
So
2
we
at the
got
rear
good
of the aircraft.
start on number 2.
Please take a moment
Hey,
to locate your nearest exit,
Juancy, I
which
hope
may
I'm
be
pronouncing that
behind
right.
you.
If not, my apologies. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Oh, and just a reminder,
Let's set the parking brake.
after
Good
our
start on number
viewing,
2.
we'll be offering items from the jet2.com shop. And please remember
Now we'll
that
start
we only accept card payments.
And we'll start number
Now I will
1.
let the captain know that the cabin is ready for departure.
Oh, let's just let PTU.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
I do really like the sounds on these CFMs. So good. I tell you, the Fenix aircraft are just the value for money is insane. You know, I love the towless aircraft. I really do. I fly them a lot. But you know, the Fenix, the system depth is pretty much there. Maybe the towless are a little bit better, but realistically, for most simmers, they're pretty much, you know, on par. Unless you're a real-world pilot engineer, it's very difficult to tell, you know, the difference between the two in terms of systems. But obviously, the Fenix does have the edge in terms of the visuals and the sounds. It's a full package, you know. Whereas towless, while fantastic, of course, the visuals are not the greatest. And you know, the sounds, of course, you need the COSP sound pack, which is fantastic. But again, you need that extra sound pack. And, you know, Carter engines and all that sort of stuff. But this is just fantastic. Not to mention, it miles cheaper. But of course, that's just because of the larger Microsoft Flight Sim player base. But I think we're very lucky to have both towless and Fenix. We really, really are. For both flight sims, because we just have some fantastic Airbus simulations at the moment. We really do. Alright, so let's go. You can start switch off, and we can turn the APU off as well. Strobes to the auto position for now. And I'm gonna on spoilers, come on, and I'm gonna give you the flap sounds here. There we are. Brilliant. Alrighty. I think we are good to go for the taxi then. We can turn all this stuff on as well. Alright, let's get our taxi to Edinburgh Ground, Fenix 1 Papa ready to taxi.
Fenix 1 Papa, taxi to runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha Delta.
Taxi to runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha Delta, Fenix 1 Papa. Alright, let's go. Let me set my Tobii eye tracker here. Alright. Get our lights on. Max auto brake. How comes no VATSIM? I have sane tension, so I might as well use it, right? I'm paying for it, so. But also I just like having guaranteed coverage. I know Edinburgh and Birmingham are generally pretty popular on VATSIM anyway. I don't know if they're online at the minute, but I'd prefer sane tensions. Just because, you know, guaranteed coverage everywhere in the world, VFR, IFR. Don't need to worry about which stations are online and which aren't. Oh, hello. The pilot's got some allergies, I guess. Oh yeah, and the they updated the ground handling as well on the Fenix aircraft, and it is much better, I have to say. I think they're using the new tech when Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 updated the ground handling technology. I think Fenix has now brought up the A320 to that sort of standard, and it is much better. But of course, it's the when landing, it definitely feels a lot better as well, for sure. We need to set our trim, so we need up 0.6. There we are. Cabin crew seats for departure, please.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Very nice. Getting a good 35, 36, 37 FPS, and then 100 and... That's doubled at the minute with lossless scaling. So super smooth, and this is ultra graphics, guys. This is pretty much maxed out with Saint Engines traffic on 10. So we got a huge amount of traffic as well.
Contact tower on 118.705, safe flight.
Contact tower 118.705, Chanex 1 Papa. Alright. 118.705, and I'll get departure preset in here as well. 205. Alright. Edinburgh Tower, Chanex 1 Papa, holding short runway 24 at Delta 1.
Chanex 1 Papa, Edinburgh Tower, hold short of runway 24 at D1.
Hold short, runway 24 Delta 1, Chanex 1 Papa. Right, we've got to hold short. I guess there's probably an aircraft on final. Ah, there's sunset as well. Get the parking brake on. Now, do we see this aircraft? Nothing on TCAS. So, why? Look at all the aircraft we have here. Why they told us to hold short? There's nothing there. Let's just tell them we're ready for departure. Yes, I'm using Toby Eye Tracker. Yeah, absolutely. Edinburgh Tower, Chanex 1 Papa, ready for departure, holding at Delta 1. We'll just let them know. I'm not sure why they told us to hold short. I don't see anything, but... Yeah, stealth plane.
Chanex 1 Papa, runway 24.
There we are.
Calm, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24, Chanex 1 Papa. Alright. I guess they just wanted us to hold. For no reason. Runway looks clear. So we'll get our lights on. Runway turned off, we've got flaps 1, speed brakes over arms. Looking good. All right. Let's start the clock and off we go then. 50%. All right, and we go flex. Nope, that's Toga. There we are, flex. There we are. All right. The detent's a little bit finicky. 100 knots. Look at the runway textures. Absolutely beautiful. V1. Rotate. Oh yes. Feels pretty good on rotation as well. Positive climb. Gears going up. How beautiful. Follow the flight directors.
Chanix 1. Papa, contact departure on 121.20. Paul.
Contact departure 121.205, Chanix 1 Papa. There we are. We'll go climb thrust. There we are. And Edinburgh departure is Chanix 1 Papa, climbing through altitude 2,100 for 6,000. Yeah, handles very nicely now. It feels heavier, especially on takeoff.
Chanix 1 Papa, Edinburgh departure identified. Climb flight level 060.
Climb flight level 060, Chanix 1 Papa. Shouldn't really be a flight level 060, but there you go. It's gonna get us to speed up here. There's the S speed. For me, Captain Andre,
Chanix
after
1 Papa,
BFU,
climb flight level 200.
flaps up, and we'll disarm the speed brakes. Climb flight level 200, Chanix 1 Papa. Alright, I'm going to level out and then I'll adjust the MCP. For me, the FPS is better. In 2024, it was also actually better, but of course I have other issues in 2024 with performance. So it was better, but still not usable. In 2020, the performance is also better. But I think the biggest difference comes in 2024 for performance. But I've not noticed anything bad. I've done a few flights with the aircraft so far. Let's get autopilot on here for a second. Look at that. We are running auto FPS, so it's going to change our terrain level of detail based on our frame rate and our altitude. But yeah, it looks great. Lovely departure out of Edinburgh. Good stuff. I am going to take manual control again because I want to hand fly this thing. Especially after they changed the... I think the biggest difference when it comes to... we can go open climb here. The biggest change for me when it comes to the way this thing flies is on takeoff, it definitely feels heavier. You need more control input. And on landing as well, it definitely feels a lot better. Of course, never flown an A320 or 21 in real life, so I haven't got anything to compare it to, but it feels closer to how I think it would feel, if that makes sense. And V1 Simulation is a very popular streamer. I really enjoy his streams. He's of course a real world A320 captain, and he has praised it as well, so there you are. But yeah, this flies very, very nice. Still hand flying. Beautiful. What a nice livery as well.
Chanix 1 Papa, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Chanix 1 Papa. Alright, let's go. We're going up to 260. And I think we'll get the autopilot on there. So autopilot 1's going on. We're about to cross 10,000, so we'll get landing lights off, runway turn offs, and the nose light off. As well. Look at that. Yeah, using Rex Atmos makes the clouds look so much better. Really, really makes a huge difference. Yeah, after BFU, this aircraft is a lot of fun.
Devices. Dear guests, we are now above the safe altitude, and I'm pleased to inform you that you may now use your electronic devices. Please ensure that they are set to flight mode. Also, Our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for you to enjoy. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with us.
So much fun. Alright, so we are now cruising up to flight level 260, heading towards Glasgow, around here. Not sure we'll see much of it due to the lighting and the clouds, etc., but it's a nice evening flight here.
Channel 1 Papa, contact Scottish Control on 128.675.
128.675, Channel 1 Papa. Alright, new frequency 128.675. I really need a comm panel, a hardware comm panel.
Alpine 78 Golf Foxtrot, radar contact. Climb and maintain 10,000.
That wasn't for us. It was for AI traffic.
78 Golf Foxtrot.
Edinburgh departures, correction, Scottish Control, Channel 1 Papa, climbing through flight level 1324260. Almost thought we were speaking to the wrong people there.
Channel 1 Papa, Scottish Control identified. Good evening.
So Glasgow is there. Look at that. Beautiful. So if we have fuel below 3 tons, that's fine. We don't need too much. It's a really short flight, so we didn't need much fuel today. Anyway, it looks like we're going to get a nice tailwind as well.
Scottish Control, climb flight level 270.
Climb flight level 270, Channel 1 of Papa. Right, there we are, cleared all the way up to our cruise altitude now. Good stuff. I'll tell you, the sim did mature very well, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I still think Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 was a bit premature. You know, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 was really getting into its stride with all the add-ons and stuff. You know, PMDG had only just released a 777. Indie builds had or were releasing the A350, but they ended up releasing after. I think Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 could have been a Microsoft Flight Sim 2025 or 2026. This is still fantastic, you know. 2024 is great, don't get me wrong, it's just performance-wise, maybe needs a bit more optimization. Or maybe I just need to upgrade my PC. Right, yeah, so we're heading south now, down towards Manchester. Should be able to see the MCT waypoint here somewhere. Can't find it at the minute, but it'll be there somewhere. I think this view looks great. Lovely. Great stuff. So, how many of you guys have tried out the BFU, the big Phoenix update, and what's your thoughts on the update so far? Oh yeah, Stan, I need to watch that video. I did see it actually. I need to watch that for sure. But yeah, we can treat it as a beta, absolutely. You know, every flight sim takes a while to mature. It's not been a year since Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 released, so in all honesty though, it's improved massively since it released. I just think I think if you can run it with your setup, you know, really my only issue right now is VRAM. I just don't have enough VRAM to run it. GA aircraft I can run fine. You know, I love flying the Turbine Dukes, the PC-12 on it, and then it's a fantastic sim. You can feel the difference in the lighting, the graphics, and the flight model. You can definitely feel those differences, and it is brilliant. It's when you get to airliners that I start to struggle, but you know, if you can run it, it's really good. Definitely a bigger step up than what it was when it released, I will say that.
Channel 1 Papa, expect the Cross 1 Bravo arrival, descent in about 15 minutes.
Expect the Cross 1 Bravo arrival, and we'll expect the descent in about 15 minutes. Channel 1 Papa. So yeah, I think really, I guess a graphics card upgrade is in order to get that running. Because I would love to switch over completely to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Of course, not ruling out X-Plane. X-Plane is my main sim. When I say switch over, I mean from Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 to 2024. In terms of the Microsoft Flight Sim side of things, just because Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 is taking up something like 700 gigs of storage space at the minute, which I would love to get back. But yeah, I'm having a really good time with the sims at the minute. You know, 2020 is running really nice. X-Plane 12 is running beautifully. Really enjoying that, especially after 12.2. Just looks fantastic. This is interesting here. I've just noticed that my SimBrief OFP says we should have 6 tons of fuel. For some reason, the Phoenix picked up 3.6 tons, not 6 tons. So we are short on fuel. We have 2 tons. Yeah, we are short on fuel. However, the estimated fuel on board when we land says 1.3, which is low, but not below our reserves. Our final reserves is 1.26. So, I think for now we should be okay. But that is a mistake on my part. I did not check this. It picked up the wrong fuel amount for whatever reason. So we are a little bit light on fuel at the minute, but we should be okay. Of course, in real life there'll be all sorts of procedures here. I'm pretty sure we'd be diverting now, probably back to Edinburgh, if anything, or Manchester maybe, in real life. But as a sim, I think we still have enough. This is saying we should have 1.3 tons when we land, so we should just about make it. There's our cruise altitude, flight level 270. Good afternoon, Owen. How's it going, my friend? There goes this lovely sunset flight. Yeah, really grateful to Pyreegue for providing a copy of Birmingham to stream. It's very, very kind of them. So we'll be taking a look at that in depth once we land, and there is a lot to look at because there is so much detail. There really is. The link is of course in the description if you want to go and pick that up, or you can put exclamation exclamation ARR, and Nightbot will give you a link.
And I must say, we have some delightful.
Thank you very much, Owen. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It's been really nice to see all the messages the last sort of week or so. So yeah, thank you everyone. I really appreciate it. And then I got a nice surprise yesterday. I explained themselves. Posted a little well done community spotlight for the channel as well on X and on Twitter and Facebook, which was really nice. I completely unexpected. Had no idea they were going to do that, but very, very nice of them. That was definitely a nice surprise. This is exactly how the weather is at the minute across the UK. If I look out the window now, I'm down in the Midlands. It pretty much looks like this, obviously just from below. It's sort of broken, scattered clouds at the minute. Now I am meant to be flying tomorrow for another flight lesson. However, the weather doesn't look good enough, unfortunately, which is a shame because it was cancelled last week and the week before due to weather. The weather for flying in the UK at the minute is not good, especially when you're doing PPL. So when you're doing your initial PPL license lessons, of course your limitations are very very limiting compared to, you know, if you're doing an instrument rating or something like that. You know, our wind limits, our visibility limits, our cloud-based limits, especially as a student pilot, are relatively low, which doesn't help too much, but of course they're there for a reason. I suppose it becomes a little bit easier when you start getting onto instrument rating, and because, you know, that allows you to fly in these conditions. Of course, at the minute we have to stay in BMC under VFR. Good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the fuel. You can see here, destination estimated fuel on board below a min. But I think we should be fine with 1.4 at the minute. Maybe we'll give, maybe we'll give, as we get closer, we can give Saint Engines a minimum fuel warning. We can tell them we're minimum fuel. We'll see what they give us. That'd be interesting. See what they do about it. So, what frame rate are you getting on X-Plane 12.2.1? How many monitors are you using? So, I have 2 monitors, but I only use one for X-Plane. The other monitor is for other stuff, you know, Discord or Stream software or Navigraph. So, one display for X-Plane, 1080p display. I get between 45 and up to 60 or 70 on the ground. Depends on the airport, the location, and the aircraft, of course. I never really drop below about 40 frames, I would say. It's always above that. But the optimization in the latest X-Plane version is really good. Some of the best ever, for me at least. My performance has been very, very good.
Info, EZ371 Foxtrot, flight level 230.
All right. Yeah, the visuals are incredibly good. See here, we've got the Jet 2 cabin as well. Looks very, very good. Got the look at this, the safety leaflet as well for the A321. Hughes have done a great job with delivery, as usual. I have seated passengers turned off because it kills FPS a little bit, so that's why I've got that turned off. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is as we get closer to Birmingham, we'll give them a minimum fuel call and see what they give us. That should be interesting.
Channel X1 Papa cleared, cross 1 Bravo, arrival into Birmingham. Whenever you'd like, descend, flight level 190.
Cleared for the Croft 1 Bravo arrival into Birmingham, and we'll descend flight level 190 when ready. Channel X1 Papa. Alright, so they did give us clearance to descend. Should be overflying Manchester relatively soon.
Scottish Control, Shuttle 6 uniform, flight level 210.
Good stuff. So we were cleared down to 190. Let's go and do our destination information. Put all that in. So QNH at Birmingham 1018. The temperature is 16 degrees. Good stuff. That's the wind. Minimums today is going to be 5 to 8. This is going to be a Cat 1. There's no significant weather or anything nearby, so 5 to 8 will do perfectly fine. And while we're here, I'm going to put a fix in for runway 33. 10 nautical mile radius ring, and then we'll put a radial of the opposite course, so it should give us a nice extended center line. The course for the ILS is 326, so I need to minus 180 from that to get the opposite. Easy way that I like to do that is we have 326 minus 200, so you get 126 and then just add 20. Really easy way. So you get 146. There we are. Put that in, and that will give us the nice radial, and then the the nice sort of fixed ring, and then an extended center line all the way up. Good stuff, and we can get ready to descend as well. So 190.
Channel X1 Papa, descend, flight level 090.
Descend flight level 090, Channel X1 Papa. Alright, and we'll just start our descent there. Then there's the top of the descent anyway, pretty soon, so started slightly early, but that's fine. As instructed by ATC. And yeah, so there's the Manchester fix, that's where the airport is as well.
Papa, contact London Control on 133.6.
London Control 133.6, Channel X1 Papa.
And have
Right,
started
we'll
our
contact
approach to
London
Birmingham.
Control.
We kindly ask everyone to return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Please note that the use of lavatories is no longer permitted at this time.
1336, good
Thank you
stuff.
for your cooperation, and we appreciate your understanding as we prepare for landing.
London Control, Channel X1 Papa, descending through flight level 252490.
Channel X1 Papa, London Control identified. Evening, mate.
Oh, right. Yeah, Manchester Airport is just down. In fact, I think that's it there. Another huge hub for Jet 2. Used to, of course, fly the 757s out of there before they were retired. Nice descent going here, right on the vertical path. And as we get a little bit closer, we're gonna call, you know what, shall we call minimum fuel now? I'm not entirely versed with the actual procedures here, but should be interesting to see what Saint Intentions does. Hey Lee, welcome. How's it going, my friend? London Control, Chanix 1 Papa, we are minimum fuel. Let's see what they give us. I've never tried this before.
Chanix 1 Papa, roger. Minimum fuel acknowledged. Descend flight level 090.
Descend flight level 090, Chanix 1 Papa. Yeah, so they've just told us to descend, basically. This constraint should go away in a second as we pass to Manchester. There it is.
Descend flight level 090.
Descend flight level 090, Chanix 1 Papa. Yeah, absolutely, Lee. Yeah, the BFU is great. Looking forward to the Neos. I really am. I'm holding off on the flight FS Labs ones just because I know Phoenix are making Neos, and I think I would rather go for those. Yeah, so just past Manchester Airport, there it is, look at it, beautiful. And then we'll continue on to Birmingham. They did acknowledge minimum fuel. Listen to those engines spooling up there. Brilliant. Hey, Nori, Sim Crash Flyer, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Beautiful, beautiful. Oh yes.
London Control, Alpine 14 Bravo Quebec, flight level 220.
Alpine 14 Bravo Quebec, radar contact.
Yeah, Lee, I agree. X-Plane atmospherics are, I think, the best in flight sim at the minute. They are just amazing. The lighting model in X-Plane at the minute is simply, yeah, unbelievable. It really is. Although I say unbelievable, it's actually very believable because it looks great. But yeah, X-Plane atmospherics, fantastic. Hey, here we go. Alright. Interesting, we're getting some non-normal ops here, guys, because I didn't check the fuel before we took off. So, wing tank low, if no fuel leak, fuel imbalance. So, we have no imbalance. We have 1500 on board, 760 aside. So, fuel X-feed on. And then left TK, pump 1 and 2. Oh no, we don't want to do this because there's no imbalance.
Birmingham approach
So
on 123.9
we're gonna not do that. Birmingham approach 123.9 Chanix 1 Papa. Right. 123.9 Alright. Oh, look at that reflection. Yes. Very good. Alright. Birmingham approach, Chanix 1 Papa descending through flat level 1394090, minimum fuel.
Chanix 1 Papa, Birmingham approach identified. Greetings, expect the ILS runway 33 approach into Birmingham.
Expect the ILS 33 approach into Birmingham, Chanix 1 Papa. Alright. Yeah, so now we've got low fuel on both, if no fuel leak, fuel cross feed on. Right, so fuel cross feed on. If gravity prepared, fuel X feed off. Now it wants us to turn it off. Yeah, see, this is where I need to verse myself in some non-normal operations. I guess we'll leave it on for now. What's our estimated fuel? 1.4, okay. We are descending, so we shouldn't be using much fuel right now. We should be okay still. We did tell them minimum fuel. We need to change your call sign to clear it at this rate. Try to declare an emergency. Shall we? Shall we declare an emergency for fuel and see how Saint Intentions handles it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Chanex 1 Papa minimum fuel. Request immediate vectors to Birmingham. Well, this is going to spice things up a little bit.
Chanex 1 Papa, you're squawking 7700. What is your emergency?
Right, so they picked up our squawk 7700.
Mayday acknowledged. Turn left heading 160. Descend altitude 9,000 feet. Expect ILS approach. Runway 33 at Birmingham. You are priority for landing. QNH 1019.
Left heading 160, descend altitude 9,000 vectors for the ILS. Runway 33, we are priority, thank you very much. Alright.
Chanex 1 Papa, descend altitude 3,000,
hello. Maintain
current head in 135 vectors for the ILS runway 33 approach.
Descend altitude 3000, maintain current heading 135, vectors for the ILS 33 approach, Chanex 1 Papa. Ooh, okay, so they said now we're left 135. Oh, no, 135. That's 125. 135, and we're going to go down to 3000, landing lights on. Squawking 7700.
We are now on our final approach into Birmingham. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate. We kindly ask you to put your tray tables
this is cool.
and ensure your
Oh, hello.
seats are in their full upright position. Please
It's come up with status emergency here. Look at this.
Crew, please check
I like that.
everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts. Captain, cabin is ready.
Alright, so we're not going to say anything to passengers just yet, because we don't want to worry them. We're going to go to local QNH now as well, 1018. We are descending. Good stuff. Alright, well, handled well by Saint Intentions, I think, there. So far. Now, we're not technically into our final reserves. So, I believe in real life, the procedure is you call minimum fuel when you get into your reserves, which includes alternate fuel, all of that stuff. And then you actually call a mayday emergency when you start eating into your reserves, or you're predicted to start eating into your reserves. Again, this is stuff I guess I'm going to be studying pretty soon anyway, as part of my commercial training. But we definitely need to do some non-normal ops, I think. It's just learning the memory items and stuff is a lot of work. Hey Skylar, welcome. Nothing beats a jet to holiday, of course. Of course. How you doing, my friend? Hey G-Sim, welcome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, my friend. Alright. So we're going to be landing minimum fuel into Birmingham, just to spice the stream up a little bit. Currently headed straight for Coventry over there. I think the night lighting isn't bad in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, but I much prefer it in 2024, and of course in X-Plane with my lighting mod, it's a bit dim for my liking in 2020.
KLM 36 Delta, 2000 for 4000.
And we should have priority over everyone else as well.
Radar contact. Climb and maintain 8000.
Just finished a practice practice written for the PPL. God, the number of Met questions. I can imagine. I can imagine, but I'm sure you'll do fantastic. I'm sure you'll do fantastic. So, estimated fuel on board is now 1.3 when we land. I've been good, thank you very much. Busy, very busy, but good. Thank you very much. How about you?
Contact Birmingham departure on 123.988.
Thank you very much, really appreciate it. Yeah, glad to be finished, and now I can just focus on my flight training, get some more flying done.
KLM 36 Delta 1000.
I'm going to tune the tower approach. 118.305.
V6 Delta, climb and maintain flight level 170.
Climbing to flight level 170, KLM 36 Delta.
Chanex 1 Papa, turn right heading 160.
Right heading 160, Chanex 1 Papa. Alright, they're really giving us quite a nice approach here actually. So this is Coventry directly in front of us. You can see there's a ring road here. There's an airport back here. And then the Birmingham airport is just over here, off our right wing. Actually, somewhere over there. Look at the strobe light flashing. Beautiful. Oh, hey! Heart Experience with a €2 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Really, really appreciate it. Any plans for the 777 RR stream? Yes, absolutely. I was going to do that today. But then I got given Birmingham to stream. And of course, since I received it for free, I will sort of prioritize that. But yeah, RR stream next week will be probably on Monday, if not Tuesday. Just depends how things go.
Departure, Ryanair 67 Lima Lima 2000 for 4000.
Ryanair 67 Lima Lima.
Yeah, absolutely. That was going to be today's plan for the stream. That was going to be today's plan for the stream, but I thought it might be a little bit better to stream this Birmingham scenery scene as it released today. Alright. Overflying Coventry, Coventry Airport just there. And the main Coventry city centre. So we are descending nicely, we're still high. Oh, now the 777-300 yeah, I think we're going to get the freighter next. I think we'll get the freighter and then we'll get the 300 probably.
Next 1 Papa, 5 miles from CS33. Turn right heading 260, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 33 approach.
Turn right heading 260, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS 23 approach, Chanex 1 Papa. Alright, so
radar contact.
We're going to 260. To say, so Intentions handled this fuel emergency very well. So lights are on as well. Just stream the 777 Rolls Royce. Yes, so you're going to, yeah, I did have a quick look at the sounds. I haven't done a flight in it yet. I did do a quick check of the sounds and they are amazing. So good. I can't wait to stream that. Of course, it would have to be a British Airways 777 most likely. Jordan B, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Good evening to you too. Alright, we'll go flaps 1 and we're going to arm the approach now. Yeah, then flight back to 787. Yes, absolutely. Alright, we're intercepting the localizer. 12 miles out. Looking good. Say Intentions handled this very well. I am actually quite impressed. It'll be fun doing some non-normal operations. We'll have to do some failure streams and stuff. I'll have to verse myself on engine failures and stuff like that. I have some friends who fly the A320 family in real life, so maybe I'll pester them to teach me. Alright, good stuff. Look at that intercept, by the way. Absolutely beautiful, no overshoot. Fantastic. Let me get Sky Dolly ready so we can view the replay. And I'm going to go flaps 2. And I'm just going to take the speed for a second and go 160. Otherwise it slows down quite a lot. I'm just going to set 160 for now.
China X1 Papa, contact Birmingham Tower on 118.305.
118.305, China X1 Papa. Alright. 118.305. I am just going to set ground as well, which is 121.805. Just so it's all ready. Alright. So. Birmingham Tower, China X1 Papa, emergency aircraft, minimum fuel. Established on the localizer runway 33.
China X1 Papa, Birmingham Tower, winds 330 at 9er, runway 33, cleared to land.
Right, gear down, flaps 2.
Attention.
Clear to land, runway 33, China X1 Papa.
China X1 Papa, winds 330 at 9er, runway 33, cleared to land. Attention, all aircraft. Inbound emergency aircraft on final approach to runway 33.
That's cool, I like that. Very, very cool. Clear to land, runway 33, China X1 Papa. Alright, emergency landing, guys. Well, not really. Nothing crazy, but there we are. Oh, we never did our landing calculations. But I know from earlier that low on the auto brake should be just fine. We are clear to land. I'll go flaps full. There, we've intercepted the glide slope. Autopilot 2 is active. Good. Yeah, can't wait on the flight factor 787. Absolutely. What's your opinion on the night lighting? In 2020, it's not bad, but after flying in 2024 and using my own, I'm going to disconnect here, and using my own nightlight mod in X-Plane 12, you get used to that sort of lighting. It's slightly dim. Of course, I've flown into Birmingham multiple times at night. Obviously, me not flying the aircraft, I was a passenger in the back. So I know what this night lighting should look like. I've seen it with my own eyes multiple times. It's definitely brighter than this. And the light distribution is definitely slightly more towards the LED white side in real life, here in the UK at least. But it's not bad for default. It's not bad. Alright. Alright, the landing physics are so much better. And did I just go autopilot here real quick, because I don't think yeah, we'll start recording on Sky Dolly before I forget. We'll disconnect again. Alright. Yeah, so not the most procedurally accurate stream, but there you go. Of course, when I show you guys Birmingham Airport from Pyreegue, I will oh, it's windy. I will turn it to daytime so you can see everything properly. Bit high.
100 above.
Feels great on landing and approach. Minimums will continue. Watch out descent rate.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Drive.
Right, reverses. Oh, that nose slammed down. Reverses, decel. should be able to exit on Bravo here. Disconnect the auto brakes, stow the reverses. There we are, welcome to Birmingham. You can already see the beautiful textures here. I will change it to daytime so we can see this properly. Alright, and we'll exit here on Bravo. Nice long runway here. We have, of course, Emirates 777s, A380s, Air India 787s coming in here.
You have been flying on Jet2.com,
there we are.
Flight 1 Papa from Edinburgh. We have just landed at Birmingham International Airport. And the local
Birmingham Tower, Channel X1 Papa, vacating runway 33 on Bravo.
We have reached the final parking position. Did you know that Birmingham is the second largest city in the UK and is famous for its rich industrial history? It's also known for its vibrant cultural scene and delicious cuisine.
Alright, we'll switch over to
Channel
ground in a
X1
second.
Papa, taxi to parking via Bravo, hold short of runway 24.
Yeah, okay. Now saying tension's being a bit weird. I'm just going to switch to ground and follow what they tell me.
Safe travels.
Birmingham ground, Channel X1 Papa, vacated runway 33, currently on Alpha. Oh yeah, absolutely Jordan. Absolutely Jordan. All of Pyreegue sceneries are just fantastic.
X1 Papa, Birmingham ground. Taxi to Terminal 59er via Alpha Delta Victor. Good day.
Taxi to Terminal 59er via Alpha Delta Victor. Channel X1 Papa, thank you very much. Alright. Bit fast. We'll get the APU going. 59er is the same stand they gave me earlier, actually. No, GSX, don't do this, not now. Good old GSX giving us the infinite loading menu. Honestly, St. Tensions handled that emergency pretty well. I'm sure anyone who knows about the real world operations and procedures will be able to pick out a bunch of mistakes there, both in how I handled it and how ATC handled it, but seemed pretty decent, especially for AI. But I'll have to do some more research into this kind of stuff. GSX. Okay, guess we're not using GSX then. I'm not sure if the VDGS system will work without without GSX. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there's no VDGS at that stand. It's just a marshaller. Let me restart the Kutal engine. Where are we going? We need to go here onto Delta, which is there. Yeah, I've flown from Birmingham a few times in real life, and it's all very, very accurate. Very accurate. Oh, Skydolly's still recording. Oh no, I stopped it. Okay, good. So yeah, GSX just being GSX. I can't find it here either. Alright, well we're gonna have to do without for today, I guess. Looking at the dome light on now. Dim. Yeah, that worked. Good stuff. Alright. All this traffic is FSLTL models with and they're being injected from sane tensions. That is obviously incorrect. Nothing to do with the scenery. That's sane tensions being weird. That's the A380 stands and jetway over there. So every time I've been to Birmingham, there's always an A380 parked here, and you can see that jetway up there for the top deck of the A380 from Emirates. I believe that's a daily flight. There was a few times I was at university and the A380 flew over, and it was at something like 8,000 feet after takeoff. It had departed, and let me tell you, it was loud. So stamp 59 is at the end here. It's a real shame GSX is deciding not to work on me right now, but there you go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to watch the replay first, and then we're going to change the time to, well, we'll take a look at the night lighting while it's nighttime, and then we're going to change it to daytime and take a look at the scenery in a bit more depth, because it is really good. Here's stamp 59. Get the lights off. Yeah, that was definitely a very, very fun flight. Not a bad landing. We drifted off the center line a fair bit, but it definitely feels a lot better on the handling, that's for sure. Now, you would get a marshaller normally, but my GSX is not working, unfortunately, so it does come with a GSX profile as well, which is very nice. Right, we're just gonna guess where to stop here, see how close we'll get. That should do. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. But we've got the APU going, APU bleed, we'll shut down the engines.
1 Papa, emergency vehicles are en route. Stay put.
Yeah, we don't need sane tensions now, I'll get rid of them. Alright. Good stuff. I'll end the flight on Valanta here, real quick. Valanta says a landing rate of 110 feet per minute, negative of course. Another leg, unfortunately not. I'd love to, but I don't have the time, unfortunately. But we will look at the replay here. So alright. There it goes. Look at that lighting over there. Alright, take a look at this landing then. Oh yes, super smooth, look at that. Not too bad at all. Cannot complain about that one. So, bring up the drone cam. Alright, let's get a nice view here. Hopefully this gives us a nice flyby. Alright, I think that should work. Let's see here. Not bad. I do need to move the camera, I think, though. Hang on. Oh. So if I just pause it there, move the camera a little bit further along the runway. You can see the, by the way, Birmingham runway, I'll show you this properly in a bit, is so bumpy. It's ridiculously bumpy. If you ever watch some plane spotting here, there's normally some people who sit up here on the other side of this and stream, and you can see how bumpy the runway is. And Pyreegue has done that perfectly here with the mesh. It's a pretty bumpy runway in real life. Alright, maybe this angle is a little bit better here. I don't want that sign blocking the view though. Let's do that. can't see the landing gear because of the... Oh, we got a door open as well. Oh no. Nice. I do love the Fenix aircraft. They are brilliant. Alright, well, let's let me bring this back here and just stop that there. And get rid of Sky Dolly. Alright, let's take a look at the airport then. So, first we'll just have a look at the night lighting while it's nighttime, and of course it is beautiful. Looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. You can see inside the terminals and everything. Even the inside has some really nice lighting going on as well. But let's show you in daytime so we can have a proper look at this beautiful scenery. And did I remove the weather? I did. Whoops. So we'll go... Let's do that. Alright. So, now let's have a proper look at this and just look at the runway textures. They are simply amazing. Every single patch, dirt, is there. You can see all this patchwork here that's going on. All tar lines, cracks, all sorts. As you can see, we've got the sort of private area, cargo area over here. Birmingham Airport Tower and the Emirates sign, of course. But just wait till you see this, because this is something that's really cool. Like, really, really cool. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Right. That's what I meant to do. There is air traffic control in here. Of course, they've got Birmingham layout, but they are animated. Look, so he's walking around, which is really cool, because earlier when I was taxiing along here, and you can see them, you know, moving around and stuff, which is really cool. They have, you know, Birmingham Airport up on their traffic control screens there, which is really cool. Pretty amazing detail. And of course, the air traffic control tower itself looks fantastic. We'll head over here. Some cargo ramps. There's sometimes private jets, and the RAF tend to park in A400M here sometimes as well. We've got the STS hangar as well, as you can see. The fire training kit as well, which is pretty cool. And you can see here in real life, this hill, there's like an embankment. And they've installed solar panels there as well, which is really cool. And that mesh is very nicely been done as well, and it is there in real life as well. Heading over to the airport here, there's some remote stands over here. They're all here. Lovely textures, dirt, grime, oil spills, all that good stuff is here, which is brilliant. Lots of clutter, specifically Birmingham Airport's clutter as well. And then we have this, you know, the stands, the jetways, all as per real life, and they do look very, very good, as you can see. This is the latest layout as far as I know. And yeah, the A380 stand over here. Brilliant. And we can get around to the other side. The MG jetways, some are still there. TUI jetways. And this, I've walked along here many, many times. So I'm so glad to have this airport, because I think it's the airport I've flown from most in my life. So really cool to have such a detailed version in the sim. Of course, we got the Jet 2 equipment all over the place here, as it's a pretty big hub for Jet 2, which is very, very nice. And then we have all the ground side. I'm going to show you inside the terminal in a second as well. Normally, we come up this road and I'll park in this car park, and then I'll take the shuttle over here all the way down to the airport. And this shuttle is animated as well. You can see they're currently in there. They're stopped at the minute, but they do go back and forth. I think that one's about to leave. Is it? Yeah, there it is. Perfect timing. So this is animated. It goes back and forth. Again, I've been on that plenty of times. It does indeed look exactly like that with the Emirates. Emirates sort of livery on it as well. There's Novotel, and a bunch more car parks and stuff like that. And then we've got the classic Birmingham Airport sign, which does light up. And it does light up in this airport as well. In this scenery, if we set back to daytime, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Very, very good job from Pyreegue. And then let's go inside here and have a little look inside the terminal. Again, this has all been done very, very well, in my opinion. There's people walking around. It's all animated. Oh, they were. There it is. Walking around animated. All these glass panels here, as per real life, can confirm this is exactly how it looks inside. Even the bathrooms are modelled. If you go in here, there's mirrors and sinks and urinals and cubicles, which is pretty cool. And yeah, all the gates here modelled really nicely. Elevators. I think in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, these are usable as well. Could be wrong. Of course, the simulator is available for both simulators here as well. Got Birmingham Airport signage here as well, and just everything inside looks fantastic. I mean, you can read, look at the texture quality on that. You can actually read the fire actions, and look at the keypad and all sorts. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. We head over here now. In 2024, I'm pretty sure you can actually walk this properly in walk around mode, which I'd love to showcase, but I just unfortunately just not. My PC just can't run it. But I have to say, this airport is pretty optimized for what it is. There's a little shop here, WH Smith. We've got some bagels and all sorts of stuff in here. Emirates Lounge in here. I have never been in here, but it looks very cool. Look at this. And then, yeah, some shops. And this airport is under construction quite a lot. So there's a lot of changes. All the shops here. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. I think they've done these details really nicely. And they've actually, in some cases, look, you can see here, these are 2D. Completely fine. Saves on performance a little bit. Textures, models, all that good stuff. So I think I've done this really nice with a high level of fidelity, but keeping in mind performance and stuff like that, which is really nice. Of course, realistically, you're never going to see all this from the gate, but there you go. It's nice to see for sure, but it's nice that it hasn't impacted performance too much either. So yeah, there's a lot to see. There's some more gates and stuff down here, I believe. Doesn't actually let me always go down. It kind of puts me on the top floor. But yeah, no, they have done a simply fantastic job. There's check-in and security over here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. There's the main, there's another jetway shuttle going. Car parks, drop-offs. Looks like there's, yeah, arrivals in here. It keeps putting me up to the top floor, but yeah, no, it looks really good. It really does. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, really good stuff from Pyreegue. Highly recommend. Looks like there was a... Yeah, look at this area. This is cool. I do remember this, actually. Aspire. There's, yeah, the All Bar, Costa. WH Smith. Yeah. Many a coffees from there. But yeah, no, look, they've done a fantastic job. And I really appreciate them providing me with a copy to stream for you guys. It's really good. And this is an airport I feel like I'm going to be flying to and from a lot, just because I've done it a lot in real life as well. But yeah, they've done it really, really well. I'll try and show you the runway slopes over here. So there's generally always people set on this hill. Plane spotting is a pretty popular location for plane spotting. But you can see the mesh here has been done very, very well. So this is now getting out of the airport boundary. But yeah, nice mesh. This is exactly how it is in real life. And yeah, you can see here, if we do this, you should be able to see the extremely wonky runway. But this is realistic. I promise you this is realistic. This is how the Birmingham Airport runway is. Something you got to keep in mind when you're landing here. But no, I think they've done a really good job of this, actually. Very surprised to see it there done properly, but yeah, definitely appreciate it as well. It's just fantastic, to be honest. It really is. So I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a fantastic flight. Really enjoyed it. Glad to be back. We're going to be checking out of course, the 777 Rolls-Royce engine upgrade that has now released. So we'll take a look at that. We'll do a flight. I'm thinking Heathrow to Cardiff or Gatwick to Cardiff. Simulate taking it over for maintenance or something maybe. Or maybe we'll bring it back from Cardiff and we'll, you know, now we've got our shiny new engines on there. We'll bring it back from maintenance. Get it ready to be put back into service. Yeah, thank you all very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, HeartX Experience, for the €2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Yeah, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.